The voice of Indiana County, WCCS, AM 1160, 101.1 FM. Indiana in the Morning, brought to you by First Commonwealth Bank. Our interviews are presented and protected by Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people. We welcome this morning to the program. We have representatives from the local chapter of the Salvation Army in Indiana. Denise Martin is with us, and you brought along a couple of friends. Good morning.
Good morning. We have cadets helping us this Christmas, so
Excellent.
I've brought cadets Christian and Kiera Blair.
Okay.
They are preparing to be ordained in June, so they're here to learn all about Christmas in the Army.
Okay. You're folks from around the area?
Well, we're originally from Sharon, but we're actually stationed up in Zephyr, New York for right now.
Okay, very good. Nice to have you here in Indiana County. I hope you've enjoyed your experience so far.
Yes, we have.
You? And have you made it across the street to the Jimmy Stewart Museum?
No, we haven't. Not yet.
You need to do that. Okay, let's talk about, it's that time of year again, the Red Kettle campaign for the Salvation Army. It is underway, correct?
It is underway.
Okay, and what should folks know about this year's campaign?
Well, this year our goal is $75,000. It's a lofty goal, but we know with everyone's help we can make that goal. We're currently just over $13,000, so about 17% of the way there. And we still have 17 days left for the kettles.
How was last year's collections?
Last year was just over 53,000.
Okay, so you've upped that a little bit.
We had with budgets, we've had to up it. Everything increases, nothing goes down.
Right. How many location areas in Indiana County do you cover? Where will folks find the Salvation Army kettles?
So we are at Walmart in Indiana and in Blairsville. We have the Giant Eagle here in Indiana, Bilo, and then we have Ideal in Homer City. Last week we were at Tate's up in Clymer, and we will be at Tate's again the week before Christmas.
Okay, so you have a roving kettle.
Yeah, well, no, I've got them in each place.
I know, but you said you were at Tate's, and
yes.
But so you can move to some other locations if you
Yes.
need to do that. How important is this campaign for the kettle? How much of your budget does this help to support throughout the year?
This is a chunk of our budget. And what a lot of people may not realize, because they just see us at Christmas, is that, they're thinking this is all Christmas help. But this isn't just Christmas. This is how we keep our doors open and help our people in need throughout the year.
And, of course, to do that with the Red Kettle campaign, you need a healthy list of volunteers.
We do. And
Right.
I have many locations that are sitting empty each day because I don't have enough people out there.
Okay, so if folks who are listening this morning would like to be an official Salvation Army Red Kettle bell ringer, how do they do that?
They can call me at the office. It's 724-465-2530. Or they can email me at denise.martin@use.salvationarmy.org.
Is there a training program that they go through, or some, I would think, some instructions before you just hand them the bell, right?
Yeah, there's a little bit of instruction, but it's simple. It's a matter of, greeting the people that come in and thanking everybody, whether they give or not.
So you should have a disposition where you like people.
Well, that helps.
You stay positive.
That does help.
Now, besides just putting in a contribution to the kettle, there are other ways that folks can make a Red Kettle donation, correct?
Yes, this year we have a new option. We have our Kettle Pay is what we call it. And you are able to make a donation with your Google Pay or Apple Pay. There's also a QR code that's on the kettle stands, on the signs, that you can scan with your smartphone, and it takes you directly to a web page.
Okay.
And, of course, we always are willing to take checks, too.
Correct. Yes, that will work as well. I don't think I've ever asked this question before, but do you have any idea how long the Red Kettle campaign has been a part of the Salvation Army, and how did that all begin? Some history on that?
It started in San Francisco back in 18-something. I can't remember the exact year. But it started by Captain McPhee in San Francisco. He was trying to find a way to provide a meal for the people in need. And he decided he got a great big iron pot and hung it down at the wharf and took collections up and had a sign that said, "Keep the kettle boiling."
Okay.
And that spawned the Red Kettle campaigns.
Do you know if he used a bell?
I don't know that he did, but
Maybe he waved a fish.
there you go.
Something like that. So this has been a part of the Salvation Army for many, many, many years. Denise, let's talk about some of the other programs, some of the other projects, and the things that the Salvation Army does the rest of the year.
So we have an emergency food pantry where we provide groceries for those in need. My absolute favorite program, though, would have to be the Arc of Learning. It's our after-school program for tutoring and homework help. We help kids K through 12. So we have a wide age range there. And we are so blessed. We have, I think there's 68 or 69 currently registered. We average about 30 students a day. And these kids are just amazing to see, how they grow and learn. And we provide a meal for them each day that they're there. So I spend a lot of time in the kitchen. We're very blessed with IUP students. They come over. In fact, my director and assistant director for the program are both IUP students. And we have a lot of volunteers from IUP that come over and help.
I wanted to ask your guests who you brought with us this morning, so far, what have you enjoyed most about working with the Salvation Army?
And I just love being able to help people in need, strictly with
Tangible?
yes, just going out honestly for homeless people and being able to give them a lot of food or ways to cleanse themselves, and also being able to do soup kitchens and provide meals for people who come in through our doors.
Okay.
And for me, I'd say my favorite thing is every Salvation Army you go to is very different with the programs that they offer and the needs of the community. And so every time we go somewhere new, we learn a new trait, a new ability, a new skill that really allows us to just share our love with people. And here in Indiana, we've already learned a lot of the needs of the community and what's going on, and the community has been super grateful and welcoming us. And allowing us just to be a part of their day-to-day lives.
Now, Denise, you've been with the Salvation Army here in Indiana since last spring or last summer?
Since July 1st.
I think we talked last summer on the program here. Of course, your building located on Water Street in Indiana. And if some folks would like to become a member or maybe volunteer some time throughout the year, how can they do that?
Just call us at the office. We are happy to have all the volunteers that are willing to come in the door.
I know that you folks always show up when there's a fire in the area,
yes, we
right?
do.
You have a mobile unit that comes up.
Yes, it's our canteen. We refer to it as EDS, Emergency Disaster Services, and we are there to support all the first responders as they need us.
And if folks maybe aren't able to make a contribution to the Red Kettle campaign, you're also open to contributions for that vehicle and for other types of needs. Is that correct?
Exactly. Anything.
What types of things do you accept?
At our building, we accept unexpired food.
Okay.
Mostly the staples, things that don't need refrigeration. We accept money, of course. We accept new coats because we always have people coming in the building looking for a jacket this time of year.
Right.
Hats, gloves, scarves, all that type.
And of course, you have the thrift store.
Well, the thrift store isn't really part of the core, the church. The thrift store supports the ARCs, the Adult Rehabilitation Centers. So I know a lot of times people get upset because, well, I don't want to give it there, they're going to sell it. But what they're doing is they're supporting a rehab center that does not charge anyone for their services. Okay,
but still, that's something that's a very important part of our Indiana County community.
Yes, it is, and it's an important part of the Army. It's one of the founding stands of why the Army began. It was to help people in addiction to get their lives back.
I think one thing we have forgot to mention is the hours of operation for the Red Kettle. Are there set hours that you guys are out there ringing the bell?
Yes, our Red Kettles are out Tuesday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Okay, now it doesn't have to be a single individual working a kettle, does it? You can have a partner?
No. Yes, definitely. I always tell people, it's wonderful that, you volunteer or that you voluntarily put money in the kettle. But what's even better is if you volunteer your time. Because if you give me 2 hours of your day, you can raise a whole lot more money than you're going to typically drop in there.
Right.
And if you recruit your friends, it's only an 8-hour day. So, you get 4 friends to do it with you, everybody taking 2 hours, you got the whole day covered.
Now, I'm trying to think back. I remember one year, I don't know where it was, but there were 4 individuals who were ringing the bell at a kettle site, and they were also providing Christmas carols. They were singing tunes as they did that. I'm sure you come up with all kinds of entertainment, right?
Yes, I have one kettle worker who plays music and dances.
Okay.
I've had several that sing. So, yeah, whatever your talent is, we'll use it.
Well, again, we want to thank you and your helpers for stopping by. Everybody have a good Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
All right, now you're out to work off some of that energy that you were able to
All
build
that
up
turkey.
yesterday. That's right. we thank you so much for stopping by. And again, if folks can get out to help out the folks of the Salvation Army. Again, the ringing of the bell at the Red Kettle will continue till
December 24th.
December 24th. Okay. Thanks so much. We hope that is a big success. We are the voices of Indiana County, WCCS, AM 1160, 101.1 FM. It is Indiana in the Morning. We're brought to you by First Commonwealth Bank, and we remind you that our interviews are presented and protected by Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people. Hope that you can stick with us. Coming up later on this morning, we're going to be hearing from some folks who were in studio earlier this week here on Indiana in the Morning. Big dinner and big luncheon coming up for the Indiana County Chamber of Commerce. A little bit later on, we will be hearing from the guy that will be the keynote speaker for that event, an Indiana County native. And also coming up at 8:45, Todd recently interviewed Jeremy Beer, who wrote a book entitled The Life and the Legend of Baseball's Greatest Forgotten Player, Oscar Charleston. That will also be coming up as part of our Friday morning edition of Indiana in the Morning. We have another Sports Minute just minutes away. News, the full report with Josh coming up at the bottom of the hour. Then Jack Benedict will take a look at morning sports. But right now, it's our Money Matters reports.